What is up, guys? Hope everyone's well this evening. We're a smidgen bit early. Tabitha B has been waiting 3 hours. That's way too long. I hope you actually weren't in this chat for 3 hours. Oh. Ralphie. Okay, I know who you are. I gotcha. Don't get a Tippman, Chase says. I would suggest you do get a Tippman. They're fantastic. Unplugged Toaster did something bad. Let's see what they did. I don't know what you did bad. That's stupid. You didn't do anything bad. I don't know. Who knows what happened there. How's YouTube life going? Rob asks. All right. I know I've been a little bit MIA these past couple weeks trying to take care of Jazz in real life, not YouTube life. So, yeah. Caleb says, excellent beginner guns, extremely reliable, Tippman's great. I much agree. Agree. I'm going to go with Sheldon that says PE is the best company. So hopefully everyone's doing well tonight. What is Nightbot deleting all these crazy... Okay, just don't put the same characters over and over and over and over. There we go. That's why Nightbot's deleting that. Don't get too crazy. Matt wants me to go to Atlantic City. I will not be going to Atlantic City, but I have been looking into going to Chicago. Looking into it. It's going to happen. Just been, looking into it. Trying to figure out what plane ticket prices are, what other ticket prices are. Speaking of prices and tickets and all that kind of stuff, makes me think about, this is a beautiful segue, in the description of this video, there is a link to the Paintball Ruin My Life Instagram account. Go to that, and if you're on Instagram, you probably are, go follow that account. I'm going to be doing some giveaway stuff here kind of soon, and you'll want to be following me on Instagram to be able to win some stuff. So do that now, or just search Paintball Ruin My Life later. Instagram.com/Paintball Ruin My Life, or at PaintballRuinMyLife.com. Not .com, there's no .com. The air conditioner's on. Much from the air conditioner on, it gets crazy loud in here. So go do that. Follow me on Instagram. Thankfully, it's just right there. It's pretty easy. The EPL is coming up. The English Premier League? The Premiership? Not really. Premiership's kind of a while ways away. Let's read this. Something Panda. I know you hate the Valken Code, but I'm starting to think you had a bad one. I saw a YouTuber try it out and he loved it. His friend fired it and said it's better than his Empire Axe. Well, that person's crazy. They might have had one that worked well for him in that moment, but there is no way the Code is better than the Axe. That's just pure nonsense. I can assure you, out of the 15 Valken Codes that I ordered, well, we had problems with maybe 6 or 7. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. They could have gotten a little bit better, but that was my experience with it. Don't know. What else was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about the possible... some of you might have noticed the past, couple weeks, I don't know, not a couple weeks, maybe last week, 2 weeks, I've posted in the Facebook group, Discord, the Discord chat. You can find that also in the link in the description of this video. Multiple places. What your must-attend paintball events are throughout the year. And what I would like to do is, in 2019, take 3 to 4 months, buy a van, and then try and drive around the country to attend as many paintball events as possible. Like, I'd like to do Super Game and Living Legends and D-Day and Ion and, you know, whatever events. Hopefully maybe hit an NXL event up, maybe some other regional leagues like the MSXL, stuff like that. Ideally, this would probably take place May, June, July, and August. It's probably what would happen. Yeah. I would really like to do that. We'll see how it all pans out. It's going to require quite a bit of planning and buying a van and living in a van for 4 months, which I'm fine with. I think that's a good idea. I like that idea. And sponsorship. So if you're a paintball company out there and you want to sponsor me to drive across the country to, you know, promote your products, hit me up. Hit me up. Yeah. You need a co-pilot. God is my co-pilot, or Jesus is my co-pilot. Yeah. That's what I want to say. What do you think would be a nice color scheme to use for paintball? I don't know, black. Black and gray. Although technically, those are not colors, they're shades. Kyle says, Jesus, take the wheel. That's what I do when I'm driving sometimes. I don't drive so much anymore because I don't have a car, but, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm like, Jesus, just take the wheel, and just let go of the wheel and see if Jesus gets me through. It doesn't work. It doesn't work sometimes. TJZ! Prodigy. There we go. Took a while. What do you think the best all-around paint for rec woodsball is? I don't know. I think that's a hard question to answer because so many paintball fields nowadays are requiring field paint only. You know, you go to the paintball field and they're like, yeah, we got these 2 kinds you can use. So you don't really have an option. And that's also going to come down to, I think, what you can get locally. I think buying paint on the internet is a weird proposition, right? Like, UPS, or like, you know, FedEx or DHL or whoever is shipping this stuff to you, they're not really keeping it temperature controlled. So it could be sitting out overnight in 30-degree weather, or sitting in a UPS truck when it's 105 degrees outside. So I think that whole thing's weird. So I would first try to buy locally. That's my advice. But I think if I could have my pick of $30 paint, stuff that I know works a lot. Not $30, like $40. This is not $30. I'm thinking $39.99. It's probably going to be Valken Infinity. A lot of people like graffiti. I would not consider rec paint graffiti because it's $60 a case. I mean, graffiti's awesome, but I don't know if I'd consider it a rec. That starts to get to like that higher end tier of paintball. I mean, yeah, sure. Roberto's getting it for $40, so that's a problem with the paintball industry. You shouldn't be getting it for $40. You should be paying $60. So, you know, all I gotta say. Are all Valken pants as bad quality as pants or paints? Because we're talking about paint, so this got me pants. I don't know. I actually like their agility pants. I think their agility pants aren't bad. So I've got no problem with it. Yeah, I have no problem with the Valken pants. I don't think they're bad. I mean, I think like everything you get what you pay for. I think if people like hate on the Valken like Fate pants, yeah, they're not the greatest, but they're like $50, $40. So yeah. Colin asking all the deep questions. What state are you in? Colin, if you want to know, I'm 34 years old. And I live in California. I'm male, Caucasian, in a relationship. Yep. Yep. What do you think about the Exalt throwback pants? I do like the throwback pants. I think the Exalt throwback pants are probably the best inexpensive paintball pant money could buy. Okay. More accurately, I Love Bananas says right there, Sacramento, California. Yep, that's true. It rained yesterday here too. Crazy. So crazy. I think it's going to rain tomorrow as well. No, not tomorrow. It's going to rain in the foothills, the Sierra Nevada tomorrow near Tahoe. Yeah. How often do I play paintball? That's a good question because I have not played all that much recently. I don't know, man. It's so random. I used to play like every weekend, and then I go through these spurts where I don't play, and then I play a bunch, and then I don't play a bunch. So I don't know. Not all that much recently. I'm going to try to play in like 2 weeks at the Ben's Ballistic Game of Games. I'll pull that up and talk about that in a second. Jose! Thank you, sir. I've been shooting HK tournament paint, GI 3-star. They all shoot straight, and recently I got Valken Graffiti, and my shots are curving like crazy, cleaned gun hopper, checked velocity, and nothing helps. Balls look around. Any thoughts? It could be, I mean, you said you cleaned well, I don't know, let's say if your gun's clean, you're not breaking paint, so you don't have paint and barrel, you check the velocity, I mean, it could be the paint's really big or really small, so maybe it's not fitting in the barrel correctly. I mean, sometimes paint just bad batches, right? Maybe for some reason that batch got a really light fill and the fill is not right, so that ball doesn't actually weigh very much. Because typically one of the reasons that graffiti is shooting really straight is because that ball weighs so much. It has a little bit more weight to it than a regular paintball. That's one of the reasons high-end paint shoots straight. It's got a little bit more paint in it than like the cheaper stuff. But typically graffiti is really good. So it's hard to say. I mean, I would say check paint to barrel size. Bore match, and then I don't know, maybe it's just a bad batch. It's kind of hard. It's like without seeing the paint and like messing with it, it's kind of hard to say what it is, And then it's hard to say like when you said curving like crazy. It's like, what does curving like crazy mean? Like that means something else to different people. Like, I'm okay with like, paint curving a little bit. I'm not super crazy about it. So it all matters. Like if it's curving like crazy for me, that's like I'm never going to hit anything. Like paint's like that means I couldn't hit like a piece of plywood like 10 feet away. It'd have to be really bad. That's not a helpful question. That's not a helpful answer, though, so I'm sorry. Luke! I like the honest ambiguity. So there. Well, thanks. Well, thanks for the super chat, Luke. Much, much appreciated. If anyone else wants to super chat, welcome to it. It's going to help me go on this Paintball Ruin My Life tour of Western United States, maybe. We'll see. Thoughts on the crossover? I don't like the crossover. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the crossover is cool. It's neat how it can be like switched from manual, like non-battery mode, to like electronic mode. I think that's really neat. But I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I'd just rather pay the same amount and get, like, at this point, you get an Ether 2 or, like, an Axe or, like, something considerably better than the crossover. So, yeah. I don't know. Nick, tour details? Yeah, go. I talked about it a little bit, but go. You can wait till this goes, like, record mode and then zip back to the beginning. So watch the beginning of this later. But I want to do it. I want to go on a tour. A tour in the summer of 2019. It's going to require sponsorship though. So, yeah, that's all. So I think we met. I think we met one day when I was at Extreme, the store. You helped Junior with video, right? Is that right what I'm thinking? Thoughts on excessive D3 playing the 3X Pros tomorrow? Yeah, three? Who's three? Eddie? Yep. Eddie. Why am I blinking? Eddie, Jaime, and who's three? Who's the third pro? I'll watch. I want to know who's the third pro. I don't know. I mean, they were technically pro, but oh, Jerry's playing? Okay, well, Jerry's better than both of them. Jerry's good. Like, Jerry's really good. Jerry D'Amato's really good. So I'm honestly okay with. I think Eddie watches this sometimes, so don't take this negatively, Eddie. I think Eddie's a good D3 player. I don't think Eddie could hang it pro right now. I don't think Jaime could either. I don't think Jerry could either. But Jerry, yeah, Jerry's a really good D3 player. Jerry's better than both of them. And I'm not saying like I'm better than any of them either. You know, I'm not any good at paintball here. So, you know. What is with Nightbot? Nightbot's weirding out on us. Colin! He says, I look good for 34. And I'm sexy, I guess? Well, thanks. Yeah. I'm old, guys. Old. You know what else I noticed earlier? I'm starting to develop a wicked tan. Look at that tan line. That's from riding a bike. That's my, like, bike jersey tan line. Yeah. Yeah. Man, Jerry's playing. Jerry has to be ranked D2. Because Jerry D'Amato, he was probably ranked with Fusion. He had to have been ranked D1 at one point. Anyway. The MI9. Thought on the MI9? I don't really like. I mean, the MI9 is not bad. I think there's masks that are in that price range that are better, though. For sure. There's for sure masks that are better. What is with Nightbot weirding out? Nightbot's like, oh, deleted. Deleted this message. Who knows? I don't know what's happening. More importantly, Specialized or Cannondale. Specialized, but Specialized bikes are super expensive. I actually got new tires. I actually got some tires for my bike the other day. Hopefully, I think the bike store, I think they're supposed to be there tomorrow. They said they'd call me. They ordered me some tires. So, big, huge 38C tires. Probably, 38 millimeter. It's like, probably like that. I think, maybe a little bigger. Yeah. I'm going to go do the Peter Sagan. I don't know what they actually called it. There's a 68-mile dirt loop in near Tahoe, near Truckee that I'm gonna try to do Wednesday. I think Wednesday of next week. Anyway, Brad, what is your opinion on personal anodized paintball guns? I think that I don't know. I think that I like them. Right. I think it's cool. It can provide a neat little touch to. Yeah, personalize something that everyone else has, right? Like everyone's got that M3S. Like there's tons of people that own that gun. There's only like 6 colors to choose from, so you get it and you can get like custom anodizing and all this stuff. But it's expensive, right? Like you're never gonna get your money back. So let's say you have, I don't know. Let's say you buy an LV 1.5. It's $1,000, and you're like, I want to get some cool splash anodizing. That splash anodizing is going to be $300 roughly, right? $300, so $1,300, and you get a custom anodized, custom paintball gun. You're never going to get that money back. Never. that $300 is just gone. That's the only drawback, I think, to custom anodization, is that you're never going to get the money back. But that's okay. I mean, that's not necessarily bad, because I think if you have that extra money just to make your paintball gun look cool, you're not really like trying to like recoup that $300 or whatever. Because if that $300 is that big a deal to you, you're probably not going to pay to get it in. So, yeah. What are the advantages of a 2-piece barrel over a 1-piece barrel? Ah, man, I don't really know. Don't know. I don't think there's any actual proof or evidence or anything that makes 2 pieces better. So, yeah. Storm PB, are there any ups and downs to sponsor for paintball YouTuber? I don't understand that question. Are you asking me if there are any positives or negatives to being sponsored and a YouTuber? Well, I don't have any sponsors, so. I mean, we have every once in a while. I mean, there's only one company who's ever sponsored any videos on here, and that is BlackFridayPaintball.com. They have sponsored specific videos. I don't know if I would consider them like a sponsor, you know. Yeah. No one's ever done anything for this channel besides them, so. I'm going to shift my body weight around. Is that Laurel or Yanni thing? I don't know. I don't know. I hear both. When I listen to it, I hear like, oh, there's one, where's the other one? I don't know. I have no idea. Hey, Brad, are you still doing Wednesday mornings paintball question time? Yeah, I know. This last like 2 months has been kind of crazy for me with like a family things happening. So, yeah. I'm working my way back to normal. So, yeah. Yes. It's just been kind of laggy these past couple of months, you know. Caleb says, HK Army Zero Gravity is the best pod pack. I don't think so. Jose, I've seen you ask this question like 15 times. Have you played at Extreme Paintball in Modesto? Yes, I have. Multiple times. Yep. Multiple times. I have probably played at that place before you were born, I'm gonna guess. Maybe not before you were born. I mean, I don't know. The first time I probably played at Extreme Paintball was probably 2004. Okay. So who knows? So what are messages getting deleted for? Yeah, I don't know. Nightbot, some of these Nightbot settings, I don't know. We'll change that. I wonder if I can change it like right now. A Nightbot. I know it's set up to like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna Nightbot and we're gonna turn off quite a new things. Autococker or magfed? What? That is a weird question. That's not a question they can really answer. That's like, I don't know. They're so massively different. Half-cap chili. That's a good name. What were the challenges of owning a paintball store, and what do you think is the most stressful obstacle in owning a paintball park? Those are good questions. Whew. Man, what were the challenges of owning a paintball store, and what do you think So for me, I think, for me personally, the most stressful part about owning a store wasn't necessarily that it was a paintball store. It was that there's just so much crap, man. Like so much red tape and like nonsense. Like business licenses, wholesaler licenses, alarm permits, insurance, electricity bills, gas bills, just so much shit. There's just so much stuff. It's just I mean, I think that it's obvious. It's obvious to me that I like owning businesses and building things and stuff like that, but there's just so much shit. Like, it drove me crazy. Like, taxes and all that stuff, like, stressed me out. So me not having to stress out about, like, taxes and stuff, I mean, I still have to do taxes and stuff, but, like, it's a little different scale. It's a little bit different. That's what I like not having to deal with anymore. Honestly. You also asked, what do you think is the most stressful? So that was the biggest stress and challenge to me was taxes. What is the most stressful obstacle in owning a paintball park? Man, I don't know. I never owned a field or a paintball park, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think about something, but I don't have enough experience like on the back end of owning or like paintball fields to tell you. I don't know. I mean, I could probably think about it, but it'd be me sitting here trying to like think about, you know, things. I don't think that's any like appealing to anybody. I'm gonna try to. We're going to disable that. All this stupid excessive talks. Got Nightbot in a chill out mode right now. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe owning fields, maybe like, I don't know. If I owned a paintball field, I'd probably see the exact same thing. I'd probably like dealing with all the like insurance and like nonsense on the back end that like I couldn't stand. But again, that's also why I paid people to do all that stuff. Like, I mean, I handled some of the permits and like licenses and stuff, but I never did taxes. I just paid someone to do that, and that's kind of crazy too because it's like, well, hopefully they're doing it all right. It's like, you know, if they don't, then it's all up to me. It's all up to me if it's not. Brenton Wood. I like that. That's your real name. That's a good name. I like that name. There's a little town around here called Brentwood. Pretty close. I appreciate the super chat though. Yep. Elbows hurt. I don't know what's with that. Okay. Do you hear TIPX or T8.1? What does that mean? I'm going to go with which do I like more, TIPX. It's just how it is. Storm PB. What do you think is the best pod pack on the market? The best pack on the market. Maybe the Carbon CC. I think that's my favorite pack. Carbon CC. Yeah, Carbon CC. Carbon CC. That's gonna be my my favorite paintball harness, and probably the one that I would pick. Yeah. Why are you asking questions about Flash? Anyone see episode 22 of season 4 of The Flash? I don't know. What else can we talk about? I don't know what else to talk about. Give me something to talk about. I know that NXL Prague is coming up here recently in a couple weeks. No, not a couple weeks. Like next weekend, right? Next weekend? Oh, yeah. I was gonna bring up in a couple weeks here. Let's go to my email. I'm gonna be going out to. Let's find this really fast. Going out to a paintball field called Paintball Jungle in American Canyon, California. So June 10th on a Sunday, about 3 weeks here. We'll be at Paintball Jungle on Sunday. If anyone wants to come out, we're going to be playing the Ben's Ballistic Game o' Games. It should be fun. It's always a lot of fun. And I really like Jungle, so I'm a fan of Jungle. So if you're in the area, live maybe somewhere in the Bay Area, play paintball, the 10th, go to Jungle Paintball. Ben's Ballistic I always get this mixed up. Ballistic Ben's Game of Games. It's really fun. It's always a super good time. Yeah. Always super cool. I just got to get a gun. I don't know what I'm using. I still don't have a gun. I really want a CS2, but I don't know what the deal is, man. I've been trying to get like CS2 forever, and like it's just not happening. Someone asked if I ever played in Nebraska. I have not played in Nebraska. Brenton Wood again. Thank you, sir. Now just ask me a question with those super chats. You know, if you got something you want me to talk about, I talk about it. Use the Valken Code. That thing's awful. Good on the code. I'm trying. What are you trying to add? What are you trying to? It won't send it. Well, ask a question right here then. In Nebraska, so maybe on this, my elbows hurt. My elbows are really red. It's because I've been sitting like this. Maybe on this 2019 Paintball Ruin My Life international tour, I will visit Nebraska. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'd like to, I don't know. Who knows, dudes? I'd like to go to Super Game in May and then work my way to Chicago for Living Legends. I know that part is figured out. Sure. I mean, I'd like to go to Nebraska. Where in Nebraska? Lincoln, Nebraska? Yeah, so definitely would like to go to Chicago. Chicago would be like, I mean, obviously, I think Living Legends in Chicago, and then I don't know what. I mean, the deal is that there's also a bike race that I want to do in June. So what I would like, this is what I would like to happen. Eddie, I was just talking shit about you. You missed it. I was. We were talking about how you guys have 3 former professional paintball players on a Division 3 team. It's nonsense. Yeah, so ideally I'd like to so this bike race starts like June 14th, and it goes from Canada to Mexico. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go to a bunch of tournaments and do a bunch of stuff in May up until June. Drive down to Tucson, or no, not Tucson, El Paso, and then fly with the bike and everything to Canada, ride down, go over to El Paso and pick the car up, and then go back to the paintball tour. That's what I would like to happen, but Who knows if that's actually going to happen? Righto! Thank you, sir. With the $1. Coming in hot. With the blue. Nope. Yeah, so... Who knows? So we'd take like a month. So it'd be like mid-May to mid-June. Take about a month off. So June to mid-July. Hit up the rest of July. And then hit up the rest of August. Yep. Leave Eddie alone. I was talking shit about Eddie. Well, I'm not really talking shit about Eddie. Just saying that I think it's crazy how Jerry... So Jerry is easily the best person on this D3 roster. I don't know. That's not really talking shit about Eddie, but... Yeah. BlackFridayPaintball.com. You're someone who I want to sponsor my... Around my international Paintball Ruin My Life tour. I'm going to call you tomorrow, Junior. Anyway, yeah. Who like exclamation pointed Skull EVS? Robert! Thank you, sir. 99 cents. It is definitely... What's going to happen, though, is I'm going to buy a van and then, like, live in this van for, like, 4 months and then not have an apartment either. That's all how it's going to... It's all how it's going to go. Oh, that's right. You guys are WC, huh? I won't call you tomorrow, then. I'll talk to you later. Anyway. Are tickets an issue when playing... Are ticks an issue, Travis? Are ticks an issue... when playing woodsball? I don't know. I'm going to imagine it's probably going to depend on what part of the country you're in, too. I know here, like in California, it's not really a problem. I mean, not to say that people don't get ticks and stuff, but I think our climate's a little bit too dry for ticks. I mean, I honestly don't know. The little knowledge that I know about ticks just kind of proves that there isn't really an issue where I live with ticks. Yeah. Travis! Thank you. Splash Anos! My light's weird now. You said something about Splash Anos. We're just going to do that. Splash Anos are trash and unoriginal. Okay. Bring back rad private label milling. That is all. I'll go with Splash as unoriginal. I don't know if trash. It's unoriginal. Yeah. New headbands, Brad. Samples are en route coming here. Not yet, though. Literally one sample from like a shitload of fabric that got wasted. Long story. I got a single sample coming. I don't know if I'd go and say they're trash, Splash Anos. I hear you, though. It's definitely an original. There's a lot of Splash stuff. The problem with custom milling is that back in the day, not even back in the day, like 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, when we saw a lot of private label milled guns, like all those shockers and like there were Planet Eclipse guns and Angels and Intimidators and like lots of guns that had private label milling, right? Like special team milled guns or I don't know, whatever gun. Is that the market was huge. There were way more people buying paintball guns. And now the limited market, right, there's less people buying guns. So it's difficult for the manufacturers to make private label milled guns. We've seen a little bit with Planet Eclipse most recently with like the Dynasty guns. There's the DC Impact gun, and it's not like not unheard of. But it's just difficult with the smaller market. Righto! I'm gonna say your name like it all the time. EVS or EFlex? Which has better lenses? Comfort. I'm going EVS. No, I'm sorry. I'm going EFlex. I just can't. I mean, one of the reasons is because I can't stand the way the EVS looks. The thing is like a nightmare. It just looks so weird. That big, huge lens, I can't stand it. I don't think either of them have a better lens, but definitely the EVS lens is easier to take out because you just rotate those things on the inside and you pull the lens right out. It's pretty easy. It's really simple. Comfort-wise, it's all preference. My only complaint with the EVS or the EFlex is that the foam on the lens, like goggle frame, is so big that it kind of makes it uncomfortable to me a little bit. But I don't know. I like the way the EVS looks better. I think it breathes a little bit better. Lenses are fine. It's comfortable. It ultimately comes down to all preference. So you gotta go try all these things on and then find out. Yep. Ethan, do you skate? What kind of skating? Like ice skating? What kind of skating? I don't know. No. The answer is no. But I did. I mean, you know, I used to rollerblade. I used to skateboard. I used to ice skate. Yeah. I couldn't think of any other types of skating. Yeah. Rotar R2 or Spire 3? Spire 3. If you can't shoot a planned eclipse gun, what's your next choice? So if I couldn't have like a CS2, it'd probably be the DSR. I really like the DSR. I really do like the DSR. I think the DSR is one of the better guns out there. I'm a fan of it, so probably a DSR. DSR, then Vanquish, probably. I even like the DSR. I like the DSR over the M3S. Maybe it comes down to the price too. I like how it's cheaper. I mean, that's kind of cool. It makes me feel like when guns are cheaper, that like I don't have to be as like careful with them, and I can kind of like abuse them a little bit more, and like not be as like delicate with the things. So I like how the DSR is cheaper than the M3S. So. I don't understand. Duelist comment for speedballers. Talk, tuck in, and get tight. Listen, cardio, speed. Unquote. I don't get it. Are you ever going to make moisture wicking t-shirts like Under Armour? Yeah, it's been talked about. I gotta get headbands first. That stuff's more important. Getting headbands, I think like having products that are specific to paintball are more important. That's definitely shown through in the amount of stuff I've sold. So getting headbands and barrel covers are a priority right now. Status. Paintball Ruin My Life beanies will happen. I'm gonna wait till winter though. Yeah. So yeah, headbands and barrel covers are priority, which will be coming pretty soon. Mm-hmm. Paintball Room Life Speedos, yeah, those are already on. I already have those. Those should be here tomorrow and going up soon. Play at Midway. I don't want to go to Midway. There's no reason for me to go to Midway. I'll go to Midway and all the people go to Midway. Where was it? There was something I wanted to read real fast. Chris! It has been a while. Hey, bro, it's been a while. It has. What is your opinion? What the best pro move of all time is? And is there? God damn, I don't know. I can say something that I saw recently that was really cool. This was, I think, in Vegas. It might have been World Cup. Alexander Bridnikov was in the Snake. So from Russian Legion, Bridnikov was in Snake 1. So, yeah, in Snake 1, I can visualize this in my head. He's in Snake 1. Gun doesn't work. So he looks around, finds one of his own players behind him. So he gets up, runs over to that guy, takes his gun, then goes back into the snake, and then shoots a guy, gets up, run one person down, and then shoots another guy. That shit was crazy. That was like the craziest thing I think I've ever seen. I think most of all my like best moves and coolest things are going to be Bridnikov. For sure. There was a Millennium tournament last year where he was in Snake 1, and it was like a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-2, and he was one of the 2 players left. And he was in Snake 1, and there was a guy, or maybe Snake 2, and there was a guy on their side in the other snake. And he gets up out of the snake and starts running backwards and shooting, and the guy gets up to run him down, and he shoots the guy as he's running backwards. She was crazy. Yeah. It's got to be something with Bridnikov. It's hard to say best, though. I mean, I don't have a good memory whatsoever. So it's hard for me to remember anything. So, yeah. I don't know. Bridnikov something. Most recently, from ones I can remember, is definitely that one where he took someone's gun. Just got up out of the snake, just ran back, took someone's gun, went back, and then was like, blah, 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 and like shot 3 guys and win that point. I was like, Jesus Christ. It was crazy. Storm PB asks, are you going to be doing a review on the Virtue Pod Pack? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, I don't think that doing a lot of these reviews on packs are that interesting because they're kind of all the same almost to an extent. There's nothing like, you know, super crazy about the Virtue packs. We did like at World Cup, did like a little bit of a first look at that pack, and I think for the most part, if you watch that review or that video from World Cup, you kind of get an idea of what I would say in the review. It's not like a review, but I talked about like what features I liked and what was cool about it and whatever. Matt, new Virtue pod price? Virtue has pods? Or the, oh yeah, the PF pods. Are they cheaper? They're like $1 cheaper. It's like, cool. At some point here, I don't know, I saw that very briefly, and it said prices were $650 to like $450, so it's like, same price? I mean, are the cheaper ones are probably like the 135s that nobody really wants. Everyone wants the big 165, so. I don't know. What are my favorite elbow pads? You know, I really like the GI. Well, I like 2. I like. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think I really like, at this point, the GI Sports Race 2.0 elbow pads. I really like those things. Stump Grinder. It's also been a while. With Kermit? Or is that an alien? I don't know. Why said a video of CS2 versus M3, and you said you were gonna compare them? Any idea of when? I haven't even gotten an M2. I haven't even gotten a CS2 yet, so I couldn't tell you when I'm making a CS2 versus M3S video. I honestly don't know. I mean, at first I gotta do a CS2 review. I'm gonna do a couple things with the CS2. I think I'm gonna do CS2 review. I'm going to do like my paintball setup for 2018, and it's going to involve the CS2. And then I want to do like the best paintball gun setup. Matt, you loan me it? I want to buy one. I like want to buy one for Planet Eclipse. I don't know. I just want to own. I want to own a CS2. Not just borrow them, but I feel bad too. I don't feel to let me borrow guns, you know. Not that I don't know. Not that that's bad. People let me borrow it. I much appreciate you letting me borrow the thing. Yes, Roberto also said gear bag video. Yes, that's something else that I'm waiting to get a gun. Right, like I want to have. I got a new tank coming. I got that the new ninja tank I want. It's here. I just gotta get it, pick it up. And then I want a CS2, and I want to have like a gear bag, like the actual like my stuff that I use. I've like struggled with that recently because I've gone through guns so quick. I seem to like use something and then I don't know. So yeah, I want to do a gear bag video too. That's coming. Hopefully, like maybe in a couple weeks, I'll be able to get to the field and like do 2 weeks. Maybe I'll get to the field soon and be able to do like a bunch of videos on stuff that need to be done in the field. Yep. Dancing? Yeah, I'm not gonna dance for you. Favorite pants, Lance? I saw that earlier. I mean, honestly, right now it's hard, right? For me, I'm gonna like the pants that I recently reviewed. The Bunker King Featherlight Fly Pants. I really do like those. I like them because they're so lightweight. And they feel like I have nothing on. There's like zero padding. So I like those if you don't want any padding. If you want padding, the Exalt T4 Thrasher. I like them. Yep. So I like those for paintball pants. A norm. Good question, Saul. Who is a LeBron James of paintball? Well, that would be like, do we think LeBron James is the best at paintball, though? I mean, I think Bron's the best basketball player ever to live. People who think Jordan is better than LeBron, I don't see it. I mean, LeBron could play every position. LeBron would destroy Jordan one-on-one. I think LeBron's a better defender than Jordan. And LeBron could take Jordan one-on-one all day. Anyway, the best paintball player ever is probably, everyone's probably going to say Oliver. Yeah, I mean, I think Oliver, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Is Oliver like a cop-out? I mean, I think that, I don't know if it's Oliver, honestly. Like, Oliver Lang is a legend. Yes, Oliver helped transform paintball, but I don't know if that makes him the best ever. J-Rab? No, I don't like J-Rab either. I don't think J-Rab's the answer either. Who is the best player ever? The problem is that I have limited... There you go. I would say Ryan Greenspan, I think, before Oliver. I really think I would. But I don't... The problem is that we have such limited knowledge of this stuff, right? Like, I think I would lean more toward asking that to Matt Marshall or... Yeah, Matt Marshall or some of these guys that have been around for a long time. Because I couldn't tell you who the best player in 1997 was. Like, I have no idea. I just don't know that old stuff because there's no video of it and I really wasn't around then. I mean, I know some of the like big players in the 90s and stuff like that, but I don't know why they're good. So I honestly don't know. Fedorov, I don't know. Greenspan, Oliver, Fedorov. Yeah, Archie. I do like that Archie one, too. I honestly don't know. Who knows? So, LeBron James, I mean, the best physical player in the game, but consistently finding himself in second place. Dude, you should go back and watch, like, the way Jordan played. Not Jordan. The way LeBron played last year in the finals was absurd. Was it last year? I don't know. My dates are... Mine's always confused. LeBron just like... I don't know. I feel like it's just insane. Like, you put him on any team in the league and they're like, oh, well, they're the best team. I don't feel like you could do that with Jordan. Like, I like Sacramento Kings, right? The Kings are awful. But, like, did you put LeBron on that team? And they're like, oh, shit, like, they're hella good now. Like, I truly think that. I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe they're not beating the Warriors, but they're the second best team in the West now. Or the... the Western Conference? Yeah, the Western Conference. Anyway. So I don't know who the best paintball player is. I honestly lean toward Brindikov. I just think he's amazing. The way he, like, sees the field and, like, the moves that he does are, like, crazy to me. I just don't understand it. It's like a whole... It's like he sees this paintball thing completely different than anybody else. It's so much different. The Heat... Some good questions here. Heat versus Impact. Best rivalry in the game currently? Yeah, probably. And who is the best rivalry in paintball history? I don't know. It's another one of those things that, like, I don't know. It's probably, like, Aftershock and, like, the Ironman from back in the day or something like that. Like, it's something that I don't probably know. But currently, yeah, currently it's probably Heat Impact. Maybe, like, back in the day, maybe, like, Excessive Dynasty or Dynasty Naughty Dogs or something like that. But who knows? It probably realistically is, like, Ironman Aftershock, or like Aftershock and, like, I don't know, someone else. Yeah. The Heat Impact thing's pretty good though, because now these last two events, it was in Texas and in London or England or whatever we're calling that. Not England. Where was the first NXL Europe event? I don't know. The last two NXLs, NXL US and NXL Europe, Heat's won both of those, and Impact's gotten second both times, so it's very interesting. Chart. Everyone pronounces that Chartres or Chartres. It's Chart. Yeah, Chart in France. That's what it was. Eric, thank you. Yeah. So that rivalry is good to watch. That's also something that I'm going to try to do before NXL. What's the next NXL event? Atlantic City? Is I want to come out with the video the week before the event starts. So on Tuesday, the week of the event, I want a video to come out to be like what to look for or whatever in NXL Atlantic City. So like best matchups, injuries, injury updates, roster changes, you know, everything to watch for. Maybe to like make it the Pro Division a little bit more interesting. Raxamy, I don't know. What do you think? Who do you think has the hardest bracket for Atlantic City? I don't really know. I couldn't tell you. I looked at it originally. I don't remember what it is now, though. I have no idea. I don't think anybody, honestly. I mean, we look at like these pro teams, the good pro teams like Heat, Impact, Dynasty, X Factor, AC Dallas, the Russians. I don't know. You look at all those teams, right, and they all have easy games. Because they take all the teams out of all these brackets, and then all the teams are at the top, and they all play shitty teams. Like, all those teams are going to have 3 easy matches. So it's, I don't know, not that compelling. That's what I always thought about. Like, okay, so they're all going to have these easy games to play, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, though. It's really good to see Elevation doing well, though. I'm really happy for those guys. Robert Miller, where can I get a cheap, good woodball gun? Craig, what is happening? All over the place, man. Just Tippmans. They're all over the place. You can get Tippmans all over the place. They're everywhere. Just buy a Tippman. I don't know if you can get a kit for $200. We're going to get a TMC kit for $200. There's cheap Tippmans all over the place. You can get 98s and Cronoses and A5s and cheap. Probably the Cronus. That's probably the Cronus is probably like the best inexpensive gun you can buy. Archie, a little bit out of the loop. You were very adamant about saying Archie Monomere was like the best paintball player ever, but you're out of the loop? Craig, you got an Inception? You got one? Or you're just yaying that there is the new Inception designs retro flea autococker. You said Archie said I'm a little bit out of the loop. Is Chicago Aftershock a good team this year? No. No. I don't think they want to match this whole year. So no. They are pretty sweet. The retro cockers. I was looking at that today. Working on it for Paintball Room on week on Monday. Which I will be shooting to, which I will be videoing Saturday. Yeah, rooting for Thomas Taylor to Reckless Snake. Yeah, hopefully Thomas plays. I mean, he like jacked his knee all up again in Texas, so hopefully he's playable. Hopefully he can play. Who is the underdog team for this year to watch? For sure, Elevation. Discuss the Elevation. I mean, it's like their first year pro, and they've made it to Sunday. Oh, two events in a row. So both the events they've made Sunday. Honestly, I'm like forgetting if they made Texas. I'm pretty sure they did though. I don't know. I'm all over the place. All right, guys. Elevation and then DMG? I don't know. I mean, Elevation looks better than DMG. Brad, do you think the CS2 bolt would work on a 160R? Nope. Definitely not. Certainly will not. I'm going to go, though. I go to the bathroom pretty bad. Kind of waiting for this hour thing to end so I can go to the bathroom. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you if you didn't Super Chat. Why was Craig timed out? Yeah. Super long, annoying comments. Jose! Thank you, sir. Thank you. Much appreciated. Hapcap Chili! Wrong button. Ether 2 is awesome. I have it, and I recommend it. As do I. I love it. Brentwood, when did you super chat that I never answered your question? Well, you might have super chatted, but not asked a question in the super chat, and I did not see it. That's probably part of the problem, but we'll do that right now. Would you recommend buying a G-Tech 160R over the G-Tech, or recommend a gun in the $600 price range where I can compete with D4 boys? Craig. Okay. How'd you invite me? Where'd you invite me? I don't know. I'll see it somehow. So would I recommend a 160R over the G-Tech? No. I mean, they're the same gun. That's the problem, is like... I mean, the 160R is a better gun, but... Greg. They're not better, though. I mean, like, it's better, but it's not quieter, it doesn't kick less, it's not more reliable, it's not more air efficient, it's not, anything better. It's nothing tangibly better. So it's hard to say spend the extra money when you're not going to necessarily get anything more out of it. I mean, if I'm buying a gun, I'm choosing 160R because I like the way it feels. I think it feels better. I like the build is better. But I can't say it's better and I recommend it, the G160R over the G-Tech. I think the best thing is just hold them. If you can, try to hold the guns or shoot both of them and then decide. That's a pretty bad answer. It's true. Yeah. It's hard though. I mean, I think that all these guns, at some point we get diminishing returns, right? Like G-Tech's $500, CS2's $1,500. Is it really 3 times better? No. No, not even close. it's 0.2 times better. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Go buy a G-Tech, I guess. All right, guys. I'm really going. You guys enjoy your night. Have